Hi. It's Elisha Jerry again with another episode of Music Culture. And today we'll be talking about the pentatonic scale. When you go to your mathematics, your chemistry, you hear something like pentagon, octagon. When you are dealing with polygons in the mathematics, you hear things like pentagon, octagon, nonagon, decagons, and the rest. Now in music, we have what we call the pentatonic scale, and we also have what we call the heptatonic scale. We have a different kind of scales that are arranged on those particular order in music. So today we'll be dealing with the pentatonic scale. Most people will tell you, especially Africans, they will tell you pentatonic is an African scale, which I would not argue that it's actually part of an African scale because of our tonations, the way we talk, the way we speak, the way we project our words from our voices. So the scale that rhymes with our voices is pentatonic. But when you go to part of Asia, also part of India and the Middle East, the Jewish culture, and the rest, you will discover that they also use the pentatonic scale very well because of their own tonations too. Now, excuse me, sorry, I'm suffering from kata. The pentatonic scale is actually a 5-note scale, right? Just from the word pentagon, that pentatonic. So the notes are 5. From your normal diatonic major scale, you remove your 4th degree and your 7th degree. So it goes like do, re, mi, so, la, do. Now do is just a repetition, right, to form another octave. So it's do, re, mi, so, la, do, la, so, mi, re, do. That's a pentatonic scale. Now if you are trying to put music into that, you want to compose music into that, you might likely love to use the note that falls within that scale range, within just that scale. Maybe you would love to have a kind of melody that you want it to sound African. So mostly if you want to sound African, you get the notes that falls within that scale, and you get your perfect African melody that you are looking for. Do la so, 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 mi re do, mi re do, mi re do, pam palum, pam palum, pam palum, pam bala, pam param. You hear some things like that, and a lot of irregular patterns, multiple rhythms. You know, African music would deal with multiple rhythms and irregular kind of movement. That's how unique African music is. So when you want to get something like that, you make sure you're using pentatonics the right way, trying to maybe in your melody you avoid the 4th degree and the 7th, just maybe in some places, but you can include it, but it shouldn't be dominating like the Western wall. So that is it. But now when it comes to the harmony of that particular melody, when you are harmonizing it, you might decide to harmonize just using the pentatonic voices. Now, if you are using just the pentatonic voices, what I mean to say, so you try to avoid chords that has that chord 4 or that note 4 and the note 7 in them. So if your combinations are carrying that, so the harmony might come in with the notes, with those with the chords that has fa and t in them, which you might not likely want, which some people will argue, they will tell you now the harmony is not sounding African. So, but I don't believe it's true. Actually, when you are harmonizing music using the pentatonic scale, you can actually sound African by adding those notes, because some of the chords will definitely carry the F, the fa, and the T in some part of the harmony. And what is harmony, by the way, is when people live together, right, in peace, and they flow together. So now when you're trying to harmonize your African melody, it's not only African voice that you bring in. You bring the West, you bring the South, you bring the North, you bring the East to stay together and blend their voices and give you what you want. The goal is to achieve a sweet melody, a sweet harmony with your neighbors, right? So I think you having those fa and t in part of the harmony will make it sound more African acculturation, maybe Africa now acculturating other part of the world, instead of you now trying to just leave it an African way. Even your harmony is not sounding like a kind of you inviting other people inside. I don't know if you typically understand me. Maybe when we get to chord formations and harmonies and arrangements, I will explain more on that, and I will tell us how to harmonize using the pentatonic scales and other kind of scales. Cheers. Have a nice day.